Continuing our discussion of halachot and the appreciation of Birkot Torah and Limud Torah. Mishnah says Masechet Berachot, what's known as Tfilat Rabbi Nechunya ben HaKanah, the special prayer that was recited by the Tana Rabbi Nechunya ben HaKanah when he would go into the Beit Midrash to study Torah. The Rambam, in his Pirush HaMishnayot, is medayek. That means that he derives from the language of the Mishnah that this is not merely a sipur devarim. This is not merely a recounting, a historical recounting of what Rabbi Nechunya ben HaKanah would say, a special tefillah when you go in to study Torah, but rather the language of the Ramban is tefillah zu chovahi. The tefillah that we recite before we begin to study Torah, the Rambam learns as an obligation, because the Mishnah doesn't say that this is Rabbi Nechunya ben HaKanah used to say. It says biknisato mahu omer. What does one say when one begins studying Torah? And then similarly, when a person completes studying Torah, there's also a special tefillah. These tefillot include primarily thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, acknowledging the fact that He gave us the opportunity to study Torah. And we'll get to in a moment another very important aspect as well. So it's an obligation. Maran brings down the obligation in Siman Kuf Yud. At the end of Siman Kuf Yud, Maran writes that a person who studies Torah is obligated to recite this special tefillah, acknowledging and thanking HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the opportunity to study Torah. Thank you for the opportunity, which reflects what we've been speaking about, the special uniqueness of Birkot Torah that should be said b'simcha u'b'ahava and with gratitude. Question is the person required or even allowed to say the tefillah on Shabbat? On Shabbat, a person does not make personal requests, personal tzrachim. However, the Dishu Mishnah Berurah brings down from the poskim that since a person is allowed to make requests for spiritual success on Shabbat, and this is including that as well, and therefore a person is obligated on Shabbat before he starts to study Torah to also recite the special tefillah Rabbi Nechunya ben HaKanah. Many Sfarim actually have it already printed inside, but if not, it's like we mentioned, it's according to the Rambam, it's an obligation. But Rambam brings down Shulchan Aruch as well. Another question is, when does a person recite the tefillah at the end of Limud Torah? The Avichai writes that if a person studies Torah in the morning and the rest of the day he is not going to be able to study Torah, let's say until the evening, then when he resumes studying Torah in the evening, he repeats the special tefillah of thanking HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the evening as well. Other poskim argue, but that's the ruling of the Avichai, that a person takes a long break in the day from Limud Torah, then when he resumes, he again repeats that special tefillah. We mentioned that in the text of this tefillah, Mishnah Berurah points out that if a person is studying in a group, then he also has to pray for the success of the group's study Torah, specifically that there should not be animosity between the members of the group. Namely, that if I make a mistake, that the people around me who are studying should not rejoice in my mistake, and if they make a mistake, I shouldn't rejoice, chas v'shalom, in their mistake. Now, it doesn't take away from the spirited nature in which we study Torah. The Gemara itself describes et vahev besufa afilu av ubno rav v'talmido naasim oivim ze et ze. That when a person studies Torah, it can be like a true battle, but it doesn't take away, chas v'shalom, fakir, it does not take away from the proper respect and kavod which is due to each party. And like the Gemara concludes, enam zazim misham ad shenaasim ohavim ze et ze. That the nature of Torah is that it's, by definition, it's a spirited discussion, but always with love, ahava, and respect. And that's what we pray for. Apparently, Rabbi Nechunya ben HaKanah felt that even on his level, that was a very important element. Number one, to pray and to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the opportunity to study Torah, but always make sure that it comes with the proper ben adam lechavero, specifically and especially during the times of Limud Torah. Rabbi Hananel ben HaKasha omer, Atzar HaKadosh Baruch Hu lizakot et Yisrael lefikach